Hello guys, this is Evananga Kibo from Growthlife. Today I want to talk about an important topic. When you stop to learn, you stop to grow. But first of all, please don't forget to like the video because it will oblige the algorithm of YouTube to spread it to more and more people. Also, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I will be very happy to have at least 100 subscribers before the end of the month of July. 100 subscribers before the end of the month of July. Then we have June and July. I will be happy to have at least 100 subscribers. And also please share this video to someone else if you really think that it could help someone. And also leave a comment. I will be happy to read it because it will allow me to know what is your feedback about this video. And to continue the topic of today, as I said, I want to talk about this subject. When you stop to learn, you stop to grow. You know, since I started this journey of personal development, entrepreneurship, leadership, financial intelligence, I have to tell you that all along the way I learned, and I continue to learn, that when you want to grow in those different areas, and even in any other areas in your life, you have to learn. You have to develop a practice of learning. Because when you stop to learn, immediately you also stop to grow. For example, if I talk about finances, and you want to learn how to manage your finances, you're actually going through a tough season of financial struggles, and because of that you discover this video where I talk about when you start to learn, you start to grow. And you will now understand that you need to learn about money, and you will begin to watch videos related to financial intelligence. And at this moment, you will begin to budget your money much better. You will begin to save money much better. You will begin to get out of debt quickly. You will begin to control your finances much better. And you will do it because you are struggling financially. And while you will be doing it, what will happen is that effectively over time, you will manage your money better and better. And then when you will finally get out of debt, when you will finally get out of your financial struggles, at this moment you will stop to learn because you will think that it is no longer necessary. But what will happen is that the same problems that you had before learning will come back again. Because when there is emptiness somewhere, something will come to take place. There is no neutrality. Then if you stop to learn, your ignorance will come back, and this ignorance will lead you to commit the same mistakes than before. And then you will go back again to financial struggles. It is important to understand this concept. Me, for example, I observe that in the moments when I stop to learn about personal development, I also stop to grow in personal development. When I stop to learn about financial intelligence, I stop to grow in financial intelligence. When I stop to learn about health, for example, my health also is not improved. Then you have to understand that it is necessary to learn constantly if you want to grow. That's why the richest men in this world, the greatest leaders of this time, always learn continuously. They never stop. That's why a man like Tony Robbins, who is actually the #1 top speaker in the world, He is the most influential speaker in terms of personal development in the world. The number one. This man always reads every day. He always learns every day. He always tries to increase his knowledge every day. He never stops. And actually, he is already 63 or 64. But he always continues to learn. You understand that it is necessary for you to continue to learn if you want to grow. And one day, there was a man who came to Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy is also a big motivational speaker, great motivational speaker. And one day, someone came to Brian Tracy and told him, "Oh, your teachings are not true. Your lessons are not valuable. It is not really efficient. I tried to do what you said, and after a moment, I saw that it no longer worked. You are not really competent in what you said. It's not true." Then, at this moment, Brian Tracy asked him a very simple question. He asked him this question: "When did you start to learn?" Immediately, the man who was complaining to him said, "But it's true. I stopped to do it 2 years ago. And since 2 years, my problems came back. My problems came back." And what happened after he asked this question? The man who was complaining to him was going while saying to himself, "I stopped to learn. I stopped to learn. I stopped to learn. I stopped to learn. I stopped to learn." Realizing his mistake. Then you cannot grow if you stop to learn. Then don't be frustrated in life when you see other people applying principles of personal development and growing continuously while you stay at the same level. Because those people, maybe that you have some friends who started also this journey of personal development or financial intelligence or leadership, entrepreneurship, anything else with you, and you started at the same moment. And maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years later, you see that they are thriving in their life. And you see that you are stagnating. You are actually stagnating. Your life is stagnant. Nothing is moving. It's because at the moment when your friends decided to be perseverant in those things, you decided to stop because you didn't think that it was really efficient for you. That's why when you stop to learn, you also stop to grow. It is normal. It is a principle. In the Bible, there is this story of King David. And King David, as a king, used to go in war every year. Because there was at this time a season, a time when kings were always in war. But at this time, King David decided to stay at Jerusalem. Instead of going to war, he sent his army, and his army was now in doing the war for him. But what happened after is that while he was in his palace in Jerusalem, he will walk on the floor of on the roof of his palace, and this is how he will see a beautiful woman bathing, and later he will commit adultery with this woman. This woman is Bathsheba, and she will be later the mother of King Solomon. But you have to understand that in this story, what I want to explain is that Even so, it seems a little bit extreme. But the fact is that King David had to be in war at this time. He had to continue the practice of being at war at this season of his life, but he didn't do it. He stopped to do what he had to do in order to grow in his kingship and also in his responsibilities. But he didn't do it, and he made a mistake. And it's the same. When you stop to do what is beneficial for you, when you stop to learn what is essential for you, you stop to grow, and when you stop to grow, your life is stagnant and there is no more progress, and the problems you had before come back again. Because instead of knowledge, there will be now ignorance, and this ignorance will lead you to make mistakes. That's why you have to discipline yourself to learn every day. And because I understood that it is so crucial to learn constantly to grow, that's why in my daily activities, I always do my best to read. I always do my best to learn. I always do my best to watch something that will bring me any knowledge necessary for my personal development, for my personal growth. Then you have to understand that when you start to grow, when you start to learn, you also start to grow. And I want to challenge you today. If you spend at least 30 minutes every day to learn about personal development, you will see over time how it will improve your self-confidence. If you spend at least 30 minutes every day to learn about finance, you will see over time how your financial situation is going to be improved. If you spend at least 30 minutes to learn about entrepreneurship, you will see over time how it will improve the way you manage your company. Then I want to challenge someone today. Stop to be lazy. Learn now every day. Be dedicated to learn every day, and you will see the difference over time. Maybe that you were someone who used to learn about those subjects that I mentioned: personal development, financial intelligence, leadership. Maybe that you used to learn about those subjects every day, but something happened into your life, or maybe you became lazy over time and you stopped to do it. You became negligent. And now you see that you came back at the starting point because you stopped to grow. The problems you had before in your finances are back now. The problems you had before with your self-confidence are back now. But I want to tell you that if you go back and you learn constantly every day, things are going to change. It is an absolute certainty. I really hope that this video has been encouraging and that this video has been edifying. Please, from today, decide to learn constantly every day, and you will see the difference. It is what I wanted to share with you. Please don't forget to like the video, because it will oblige the algorithm of YouTube to spread it to more and more people. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Share this video to someone else if you think that it could help someone. And also, please leave a comment. I will be happy to read it. Be an entrepreneur. Achieve your goals in life. See you in the next video.